Welcome to Fairlawn High School here in Fairlawn, New Jersey, where the 7-2 Fairlawn Cutters will play host to the 3-5 Wayne Hills Patriots. From Jack Woodard and Isaiah Ahumada, my broadcast partners, I'm Aaron Hook. And guys, just before tip-off, let's take a look at the starting five for the Patriots. They'll run out James Adamo, Chester Mascarenas, and Andre Mascarenas, all three of them sophomores. Andre Mascarenas making his return to the court after a 4-game absence. Brett Wood, the senior, number 11, will start once again, and Phillip Park, number 2, will start at guard for the Patriots.
Aaron, you mentioned it. Another new starting lineup for the Patriots. Great to see Andre Mascarenas back. James Adamo back in the starting lineup. No Carter Lewis or John Conturso.
Well, for Fairlawn, who comes in at 7-2, they will rival with Jamin Reyes, who controls right now for the Cutters. They've got Sanyevsky down low, the big man, number 15, who just caught it on the wing. In the middle is number 20, John Burek, as they swing it win to win. Here's a three, no good. And the rebound will kick out to Park. They run Mike Naples, number 12, out there as well. And to round out the starting lineup, Darius Sohitis for the Cutters, as the Patriots not able to convert. And here comes Fairlawn the other way with Reyes. Kick to the corner. Here's an open three from Burek. In and out, no good. And Wood able to corral it for the Patriots.
And a good job so far from Wayne Hills getting the rebounds on defense. They struggled mightily with them against Wayne Valley.
Sandevsky jumps the pass, will come the other way, and he'll lay it up for two. And the first point of the game goes to Sandevsky of Fairlawn, the senior. Here's Andre Mascarenas in the corner for a three. That's what Wayne Hills has been missing.
Mascarenas back in the lineup, already looking good so far.
Reyes with a handoff to Naples on the corner, and like you said, Mascarenas with the first bucket tonight for Wayne Hills. He's missed the last few games with an ankle injury, but Wayne Hills happen to have him back, averaging over 11 points a night, and he gets him on the board there. So 3-2 Cutters in front, Patriots in front, 6:43 to go in the opening quarter. As Burek inbounds from underneath his own basket, trying to get it to Reyes, and Wood does a good job to save it, like you said, Jack. Here comes Mascarenas the other way, controlling with the left hand against Sandevsky. Kick out. Adamo has a good look. He'll drive. He'll put it up with the floater in the lane, and he got it.
Already an assist and a three-pointer from Andre Mascarenas. They really missed him in this starting lineup.
Well, they're happy to have him back for this one. Fairlawn 7-2, 4-1 in lead play, so a big one here for Wayne Hills if they can squeak it out after a crushing loss to their rival Wayne Valley on Tuesday night.
And this would be a great win. Fairlawn is a very good team. They beat Wayne Valley by 7 points, 64-57. They've beaten West Milford, another common opponent. And if Wayne Hills can win this, they have a good chance against the Bergen Tech team that's not all that talented. And they can get back to 500, but this is a tough one.
They flip it out up top to Zohitis. Now here's Burek out of the corner on the jumper. It's good. John Burek knocks it down and gives Fairlawn their second bucket of the night. 5-4 Patriots on top with Adamo controlling. Gets it to one in the corner. There will be a foul on the Cutters, so Wayne Hills retains it underneath the basket. They'll inbound.
And that's Adamo that got fouled already. Mascarenas and Adamo, the two players making the biggest impact in this game, and two players that didn't start that last game or play.
My mistake. Park will inbound from in front of the bleachers. Here's Chester Mascarenas on a good look for three, and he knocks it down.
And that's exactly what Wayne Hills needs. They found open looks last game, but they just weren't hitting any shots. You're going to get open looks from good passing, but you need to hit the shots.
Well, off to a good start, Jack, here tonight. 2 of 2 from deep. Both Mascarenas brothers converting from downtown as Wood grabs yet another rebound, and the Patriots come the other way. They're up 8-4. Mascarenas to the corner for Park. Now down low near the block for Wood. Kick out back to Park from the corner on a three. It's too strong, and Reyes has the rebound for Fairlawn. Now he goes up ahead to Sandevsky. Step back three out of the corner. It's too strong. Chester Mascarenas with the rebound. Here comes Park. Wayne Hills with the 2-on-2 break here. Park going all the way with the left. No good. Sandevsky had it. He was hit, and Fairlawn gets it back.
Well, I was going to say, so far, very good passing from Wayne Hills. And I talked with Brett Wood in school today. He felt that they did have good passing against Wayne Valley, and they had open looks. They just weren't making them, and you're not going to win playing like that. If you got open looks, you got to shoot them, and they just didn't fall against Wayne Valley.
We come up on 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter with Wayne Hills on top 8-4. Here's some Jeff Steele. Try another three. Again, it's too strong. Burek with the rebound along the baseline against Wood. Trying to work out of the corner, and he throws it away. Mascarenas with the steal, and Fairlawn turns it over.
He tried throwing it off Wood's legs, but it went right through it.
You hear Coach Starson's calling out the set for Wayne Hills. Here's Adamo now on the wing, guarded by Naples. Here's Park working his way to the middle, back up top to Adamo. Couldn't handle it, but he recovers and controls now. Working with the right hand against Sanjevsky. It's denied. Going towards the basket. Wayne Hills will have it underneath.
Sanjevsky and Burek are both really big bodies in the middle, and both of them can shoot. So Wayne Hills has their hands with those two. Has their hands full with those two, excuse me.
Park will flip it out up top to Adamo, who get it right back to Park off a curl screen. From the corner, a triple. It's too strong. And like you said, Jack, got it before the ref did. A travel on Phillip Park to go the other way.
And now Wayne Hills look like they're going with the press, sending up Adamo and Park. So we've seen a bunch of new lineups, as we mentioned, and a bunch of different styles of defense. We've seen man zone and a bunch of presses from Hills.
Here's Sohichis working it to Burek now, who drives against Adamo. Wild shot, flips it up, no good, and they'll get the last touch on Phillip Park. Fairlawn will keep it, and they will inbound underneath as Julian Reyes, number 21, enters the game, and Mike Naples takes a seat.
So far, pretty good defense by Wayne Hills, getting to their man every time the ball is passed to them.
Well, a timeout will be taken. Wayne Hills takes it. Coach Starchich wants to talk things over. His squad is up 8-4 with 4:09 to play in the first.
Well, already a much better start than the Wayne Valley game. They're not down 10-0 in this one, and I think that's the one thing that Wayne Hills needs in games. They need fast starts because their defense can carry them through the rest of the game. We've seen them stay hot in the fourth quarter and third quarter in certain games, but they just need a fast start, which is something they haven't done the last couple games.
Well, they were missing James Adamo last game, and I'm pretty sure he's a very great offensive player. And also, this team so far has been pretty good with passing, getting their man's wide open, moving around, confusing some players on the Fairlawn team, and then playing defense great as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the absence of James Adamo. They missed him last game. We've seen, how he's grown throughout this season. He's been a guy, a hustle guy, and just on defense, he gives 100% effort. And, he's kind of been, one of their best perimeter defenders. But like I said, also a guy who's not afraid to get on the ground for a loose ball. So happy to have him back, and happy to have him back in the starting lineup as well.
Absolutely, Aaron. He always seems to be around the ball, whether it be on offense or defense, flying for rebounds, diving for loose balls, all that stuff.
So Reyes will inbound. Here is Sanjevsky on another triple, and he gets it this time from the top of the key. Or Sanjevsky hits it. It's 8-7. Wayne Hills on top.
He's going to be very tough to stop all game.
Macarenas now flips it up with the right hand and gets it. Macarenas already with 5 in his return. And Wayne Hills extends their lead back to 3. It's 10-7 Patriots. Here is Reyes. Now a 3 from the wing, no good. The knockdown. Burek comes away with it. Adamo had it for a second. So Heatis' attempt doesn't go. And it'll stay with Fairlawn. Last touch on Wayne Hills.
And again, Wayne Hills having a problem giving another team multiple shot attempts like they did against Wayne Valley. They had 2-3 shot attempts a lot. And Fairlawn already, they had 3 shots there. They got to stop them when they can.
Reyes will inbound. And
Aaron,
before they get it to Sanjevsky really quickly, Jack, a foul against Wayne Hills.
Aaron, like we mentioned last game, you cannot give good teams like Fairlawn multiple shot opportunities. If you want to pull an upset, you have to limit them to 1 shot and then get the rebound.
Again, Reyes flips it out to his brother. Controlled by Jamin Reyes, who started. Julian Reyes, number 21. His brother chats in. He gets it to the other Reyes. He'll pull up on a mid-range jumper. He got it, and he was fouled by Park. He'll go to the line, and he will try to complete a 3-point play, and it's 10-9. Wayne Hills will try and tie this one up with 3:22 to go.
Great pump fake there from Reyes. I will say about the Wayne Hills defense, as much as we've been impressed with them, they need to stop biting on the pump fakes. They did it a lot last game against Derek Sandowick for Wayne Valley, and that's the defense just gets completely out of position when someone jumps for a ball, and then it's 4 against 5.
That was a great point. That was a great point, Jack. Many times pump fakes, and then Valley would shoot a 3, and then they'll catch the lead and make a bigger point. It will make it hard for Hills to catch up.
Jamin Reyes, the senior, knocks down the free throw to tie things up at 10. For Fairlawn, number 11, Dabo Farrell has checked in for the Cutters. So a foul along the baseline, and Phillip Park will inbound underneath for Wayne Hills. Once again, knotted up at 10, 3:13 to play in the opening quarter.
And the ref looks like he's giving a warning to Reyes about how close defense he was playing on Macarenas.
Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of space off the inbound, a couple feet in between, but they get it situated. Now here's Park, kicked into the wing for Adamo. Back up top, Phillip Park, guarded by Sanjevsky. Macarenas will try another three and hits it. Guys, Chester Macarenas, as of late, has been a sniper from deep.
He can certainly shoot. He doesn't shy away from big shots, and he hits them most of the time.
Here's Reyes walking it up against Adamo. So Wayne Hills takes the lead on the Macarenas 3, 13-10. They worked it underneath the Burett. Good job by Wood to force a tough lay-in. And here comes Wayne Hills the other way. Park, crossover to the corner again for Macarenas. Now back up top. Adamo controls as Coach Tartich will yell out a set. Park gets a good look out of the corner. Couldn't hit. Reyes had the rebound. Macarenas smacks it away, but it eventually winds up in Orson Jeffsky's hands. He works it to Burett. No look pass underneath, and O'Farrell finishes on the fast break opportunity. Nice job by Farallon to work it up the court quickly and finish. So Wayne Hills retains possession underneath. Carter Lewis into the game for the Patriots. John Burett will check out. James Adamo also checks out for the Patriots, and for the Cutters, Babatunde Amosu will check in, number 22, the big man, and a quick turnover on Wayne Hills. It'll go the other way. Farallon has it.
And looking like it's probably a counter move from Coach Carter. He puts in Carter Lewis as Farallon checks in Amosu. Two big boys in the middle, both standing around 6'5".
Yeah, Sanjevsky and Amosu are going to be a lot for Wayne Hills to handle, but Carter Lewis in there also, he's the closest thing that Wayne Hills is going to get in terms of rivaling Amosu in height. As Sanjevsky with a nice move on the baseline against Park, knocks it down, and Farallon goes up 14-13.
And I will say, Amosu looks a little taller than Lewis out there. He might be around 6'6".
Oh, we know this is going to be a very interesting matchup between these two.
Lewis, jab set, handoff Wood. Sanjevsky jumps another pass. Daniels behind the back. Step back, triple, no good. Rebound by O'Farrell. Another kick out to Sanjevsky. One dribble, pull-up shot from the free throw line, no good. And the long rebound out to Lewis, who lost it, but a foul before. And Wayne Hills will get it, and they'll come the other way.
The Patriots very lucky there. You cannot give good players like Orson Jeffsky multiple shot attempts. And, you got to start picking it up on the defensive boards against teams like this, against teams like Kennedy, too. Teams with a lot of size, they're going to have to step it up as the season goes along.
Macarenas will inbound with Farallon in control, 14-13, with 1:17 to play in the first. Here's Andre Macarenas walking up with the left, driving against Naples. He gets into the lane and finishes with the right hand. Macarenas already making a big impact here in the first, in his first game back. Puts Wayne Hills in front, 15-14. Now just under a minute to go as Reyes controls on the win. Now Sanjevsky, crossover against Park. He likes that little crossover move. Couldn't get that one to fall. Amosu with the offensive board and the putback. And like you said, Jat, there's the size advantage for Farallon underneath.
That's going to be tough to stop.
Under 40 to play now. Farallon back in front, 16-15. Macarenas behind the back. Kick to the win for Lewis on a three. It's good. Carter Lewis buries it, and Wayne Hills goes back up by 2.
18 points in the first quarter from Wayne Hills. We haven't seen this many points in the quarter since, the West Milford game.
Yeah, they scored 16 in the first half. The last two outings against PV and Wayne Valley. So like you said, Jack, getting off to a good start is going to be a key for them, and they have so far, leading 18-16. Here's O'Farrell with a flip out to Naples. Gets it to Sanjevsky, who will set up against Park. 5 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Between the legs, crossover, three-pointer. Sanjevsky, it's short. Lewis has the rebound, and that will conclude a good offensive first quarter for Wayne Hills as they lead 18-16 at the end of one.
That was an amazing quarter from Wayne Hills. They need to play like that all game. The intensity was high. Everyone was firing on all cylinders from three-point line and from inside on offense. That was the best we've seen their offense look in the quarter all year, I will say, against a very quality opponent.
It helps Shaq when your shots go in. Last game, shots weren't going in. They missed a lot of threes, and they started going rolling. So it's good. They're off to a good start, and that's why this offense is, achieving so much. Also, with their passing, getting players wide open, and you saw there before Carter shooting a three that would put them up by 2 points. And of course, the defense has played very well. Well,
this is certainly the polar opposite of what we see in the last couple of games from Wayne Hills. They struggled early against Lakeland in the first quarter, struggled mightily against Passaic Valley and Wayne Valley in the first quarters, and they go out and put up 18 against a team that you're not supposed to beat. That sends a message to this Farallon team that Wayne Hills is not just going to lay over.
Yeah, and as you guys mentioned, Jack, getting off to a good start. We talked about it, and Isaiah, like you said, Patriots are just executing on offense. That's just to put it, just to be frank. I mean, Patriots, like you said, making good crisp passes, good ball movement, and they're getting open looks. And we talked about it, guys. They're knocking them down, which is what they need.
And the passing was there in the Wayne Valley game. The difference between that game and this game so far already is just they're hitting their shots. They've always been making good passes, but in this game they're just falling. And as the season goes on, hopefully practices and more shooting will get those shots to fall more.
And the second quarter is underway as Park will inbound to Macarenas. Wayne Hills going with the same 5 that ended the first. Jaden Moran, number 33, is checked in for Fairlawn. They did it to Macarenas. Now to the corner for Park up top to Andre Macarenas now. Gets it to his brother. Short little jumper is short and a rebound by Reyes. Here comes Julian Reyes, number 24, all the way for Fairlawn. Coast to coast goes Reyes, and he lays it in to tie the game at 18.
And we're all tied up, and something tells me that this game is going to be close the whole way.
Park against Moran up top. Trying to drive with that right hand, nothing there. Now Lewis on the wing. Jab step. Tough shot, and it rims out. Rebound Reyes again underneath. And John Burek will walk it up for the Cutters, who have tied it even on the Reyes lane, and now he loses it off his foot. It'll go back to Wayne Hills with 7:04 to play.
Already, I will say, it looks like the Fairlawn defense has tightened up a little bit in the second quarter.
So here's Park working against Reyes up top. Crossover. Kick to the corner. Lewis gets another good look for 3. This time it's too strong. Battle for the rebound. He gets it and flips it up top now to Park, who drives. Here's Macarenas from the far corner. It's too strong again, and it hits the top, and Fairlawn will get it back. It's out of bounds.
Well, the looks were there. Good passing from Wayne Hills, and you just can't do anything about that if you miss a shot. They're finding open guys, making good looks, and that's what you have to do against a team like Fairlawn, but sometimes they just won't fall.
Like I said, as long as those shots go in, this Hills team is going to do well.
So Brentwood checks out, and Ali Mansarodu in for the Patriots, the sophomore, and here comes Fairlawn now with, so he just walked it up against Macarenas. Foul before the shot. It'll be on Wayne Hills. It'll be on Macarenas.
I don't know about that. It looked like he gets pushed off pretty bad there. And I will say, Aaron, Carter Lewis in the middle now, he's certainly stepped up his game inside, as we kind of point out that he maybe needed to use his size a little more against Teaneck, and they had Phil Park even in the middle. So they've experimented with multiple different setters, whether it be Lewis or Conturso or even Park.
Well, Fairlawn already in the bonus, 7 fouls against Wayne Hills. So he just on the 1-and-1 misses his first. Here's Lewis faking, now going baseline, and nearly finishing with the right hand. It was almost halfway down, and it spun out for Lewis. Here comes Fairlawn the other way with Reyes, and now Lewis gets a piece of the attempt by Reyes, and Fairlawn will inbound underneath. Good defense there from Carter Lewis in transition.
Exactly what we just mentioned. Lewis starting to assert himself more in the center, and now we see John Conturso check into the game for Wayne Hills, and he'll take out Mansoroglu. So Hills is going to have 2 bigs in the game, in Conturso and Lewis. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
So Mansoroglu, a quick stint before Conturso subs him out, and there's Sonjevsky again, or Sonjevsky knocks it down. And, he's been, the guy on offense so far for Fairlawn. It's 21-18 Cutters with now under 6 minutes to play. Here's Lewis against Burek.
The David pass to John looks like a size mismatch.
To the corner. Lewis tries again for 3, and this time he buries it. Carter Lewis out of the left corner, knocks it down, and we're tied at 21.
Both teams hot from beyond the arc.
Fairlawn working quickly. Sonjevsky gets a good look on a 3, no good. Long rebound out to Lewis. He's going to try and push now. Going 1-on-3, and never a good idea there. Lewis probably had to pull it out and slow it down. Got a little bit too ahead of himself. It's off his foot, and Fairlawn gets to back off the turnover.
I think on defense, Wayne Hills needs to locate Sonjevsky more. He's had 2 open looks there. Knocked down 1, missed another, but you can't leave a dangerous player like that open.
Like you said, Jackson, Sonjevsky has been the guy so far for Fairlawn, and he has had a few open looks. Wayne Hills, like you said, their defense against him has been a little suspect, but all season it's been pretty good. Such a talented guy who can get open looks. Here is Sohitis from the opposite wing, a triple out of Darius Sohitis. And Fairlawn will go back up by 3, 24-21, 5:02 to play.
Both teams are really locking in from the three-point line, and this is a high score. Oh, my goodness.
Crowd wants a push-off on Adamo, no call. He gets right to the rim and is fouled.
I got to be honest, I don't know how they didn't call that one. That was a severe push-off.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. It looks like Adamo put his elbow into the defender, but nonetheless, Wayne Hills will inbound underneath, trailing by 3. Macarenas from the near corner, a triple. It's short. Mansarodu battling with Amusu underneath for the rebound, and it'll be an over-the-back foul on Amusu. Wayne Hills once again retains possession.
One thing that we've loved all year is the physicality of Ali Mansarodu. He's going against the guy who maybe has about half a foot on him, and he battles for that rebound and gets the foul.
They flip it out to Mansarodu, who now gets it over to Adamo. Lewis, another 3 from the corner. This one way too strong. Didn't catch any rim. Here comes Sohigis in transition. Tries to get it to Sanjefsky in the corner. It's picked off by Mansarodu, and here comes Park. Patriots trailing by 3, 24-21. Park in and out, trying to work it in Sohigis, but he's playing him tight. Lewis now against Burek. Gets it to the other side for Park, and he'll set up. Lewis along the baseline. Tough follow-away shot, no good. Rebound Amusu.
I think Wayne Hills is starting to force shots. They need to settle down a little bit, but Fairlawn has certainly picked it up on the defensive end.
So he's just trying to go with the right hand. Might have gotten bumped. No call again. Fairlawn gets it back. And now, so he just finishes underneath and one. He'll go to the line trying to make it a three-point play. That's a killer for Wayne Hills.
That might be the best pass I've seen all year from Burek. He threaded the needle in between at least 3 people from Wayne Hills. I don't know how he found an open man. And so he gets hitting the layup, the end, one opportunity. Now Fairlawn can go up by 7.
Jack, those second
6, excuse me.
Those are the second opportunities that Hills gives Fairlawn, and they can't do that like you said. Fairlawn's gonna take advantage and score points like they just did.
Well, another timeout for Wayne Hills, like you said, Jack. Fairlawn now will go to the line, so he just will, to try and make this a 6-point Cutter lead. They're up 26-21, 4 minutes on the dot to go in the first half. And after a good offensive start for Wayne Hills, they've kind of slowed down a little bit, and Wayne Hills, also taken advantage of a little bit on the defensive end by the Cutters.
Well, a hot start from Wayne Hills. They may have been all fired up for this one, but Fairlawn may be a little too much for them in this game, as they are, on paper, a better team. And we'll see how this plays out throughout the rest of the game. Hopefully Wayne Hills keeps the intensity of that first quarter up.
Yeah, like you said, 7-2, 4-2 in the Mid North come the Cutters, and they've been a dangerous team in lead play, for the past few years, and they continue to field very good teams. So he just his free throw, no good. He's 0 for 2 from the line, and again another killer foul on Wayne Hills. They'll get it on Andre Macarenas on the rebound, and Fairlawn gets it right back.
And they're really having a tough time guarding Burek. He's getting a lot of rebounds, and he got fouled there, and now he'll go to the line.
Well, again, in the bonus, like you said, 9 fouls on Wayne Hills in the half. John Burek will go to the line. Macarenas comes out.
I mean, right now for the line, they are missing. They don't have as much size as they did before when they had John Coterso and Carter in.
So here's another 1-and-1 opportunity for the Cutters. It's Burek at the line. He nails the first. And Fairlawn goes up 27-21.
Patriots have to be careful here. They could be down by 7 after this one, and you got to go into halftime with this game still in single digits.
Burek's second is also good. So a 7-point lead now for the Cutters as we go under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Adamo against Reyes. Crossover right to left. They get it to Mansarodu in the middle. His jumper looks like it was a clean block, but they will get a foul against Burek.
I think that was a clean block. He got all ball, but the positioning he was in did not look good for the refs. They saw him reaching over the back, and he may have gotten ball, but it's just an awkward thing to call there.
So now it'll send Mansarodu to the line. And he will get 2 as the first shot is up and no good from Mansarodu.
Our problem with this Hills team was they missed a lot of free throws, and they can't do that tonight against this Fairlawn team.
Well, Mansarodu misses both, but he gets his own rebound off the second miss. Kick out to Park. A win 3. It's short. Franklin battling for it, but it's tipped out to Macarenas, and Wayne Hills getting multiple opportunities now here. Macarenas on a win 3. That's short. And finally, Fairlawn has it. They secure the rebound. Reyes has it, and now Burek will get it to the win for Jamin Reyes.
I don't think Wayne Hills realizes that they're not a three-point shooting team.
Naples underneath. Sanjevski couldn't get it to go against Park. Good defense there. It'll come the other way. Mansarodu.
Great pass.
Nice pass, like you said, to Macarenas. A nice little touch pass. Mansarodu to Macarenas. And the finish with the right hand. 28-23 Fairlawn.
Aaron, I was going to say, Wayne Hills has struggled a lot from the three-point line this season, and maybe they just have to abandon that and get inside more.
Burek on a three. It's too strong. Mansarodu grabs the rebound. And here comes Wayne Hills with a little bit of momentum. Here comes Franklin. Up ahead to Macarenas. Kick back out. Franklin working against Naples. Crossover. Macarenas. Floater with the right hand. And Chester Macarenas.
What a floater.
I mean, he's been solid offensively, and he continues to be tonight. And he cuts it to three. 28-25. Fairlawn in front. Reyes now the other way. Again, with another little push shot in the lane, he'll get bumped and fouled. He'll go back to the line.
Going back to Chester Macarenas, he's another one of the super sophomores we've been so impressed with lately. In that Passaic Valley game, he quietly brought them back in the game. He had a couple threes in the third quarter, and he kept them in that game. And, I mean, down the stretch in that game, Phil Park and Brett Wood took over, and none of the credit goes towards Macarenas, but I think he needs a lot of credit for that win.
Before Jackie said this team is not a three-point shooting team, but when they're on fire, they can hit any shot from three. But, of course, they should get in the paint more, but especially with the big body that they have.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Wayne Hills scoring in the paint this year. With Lewis and Caderso, you would think they would do it more.
Here's Reyes' second. No good. So 0 of 2 for Jamin Reyes. And like you said, Jack, they do have the bodies to score down low, but, you know, I mean, when they get hot from three, they're as dangerous as any team in the lead, so why not keep shooting from out there? As a turnover now for Wayne Hills. Reyes, nice dish underneath to Moran, who finishes. And now the inbound pass here, we stolen. Wayne Hills able to recover. They're a little bit out of control. Lewis now going hard to the bucket with the right hand, and both teams going back and forth, playing with a lot of pace, playing up-tempo and quick. Here comes Sohitis now in the win. 30-27, Fairlawn in front. Lewis is laying, cut it to three.
And the length of Lewis got him that basket. He reached around the defender.
Julian Reyes now with the left hand against Franklin Stores.
Wow, both offenses really clicking, and this is probably the highest scoring quarter we've seen all year.
Yep. As we approach a minute and a half to go, like you said, Jack, both offenses now in full swing. 32-27, Fairlawn up by 5 here at home. Part with the right hand up top against Sanjevski. Trying to spin away from him. Tough shot against two defenders. Yeah, he looked like he got bumped. No call again. Reyes now against Franklin with the right hand. Too strong. Mansarodu pulls it in.
Good defense from Franklin. Staying in place.
Oh, and a bad pass. And Mansarodu throws it away. And you know what? You can't really blame him because no one really changed to get the ball, and he threw it away. The turnover, Fairlawn converts. They go up by 7 now, 34-27.
And that's a couple times this press from Fairlawn has caught Wayne Hills by surprise, and they've been doing it almost this whole quarter. I don't know why Wayne Hills is surprised by it.
Franklin in and out move against Reyes. He's trying to work against him. Doesn't go anywhere. Park between the legs. Sanjevski playing tough up front, and he's letting them know it. Fairlawn crowd getting into it as we've got 40 seconds to go in the half. Cutter's up 7. Park trying to make something happen. Tough floater, no good. Rebound, Sohitis. This is dangerous territory for Wayne Hills, Jack. Here comes Moran the other way. He gets hit by Mansarodu. And Wayne Hills, once again, at the end of the half, kind of losing themselves here.
And that was a very unnecessary foul from Mansarodu. Moran was going into like a bull in a china shop. I don't think he was going to hit that layup. He was fading away, too, and just the foul bailed him out. And now he's going to have a chance for 2 points. Wayne Hills is going to need to score before halftime.
Definitely looked like it was going to hit the side of the basket, so you're right, Jack. That was an unnecessary foul. And now Fairlawn's at the line with a chance to increase the lead.
So here is Moran, Jaden Moran at the line. His first is too strong. Fairlawn hasn't shot well from the line here tonight, guys. And if they have, they'd probably be up by double digits.
And Moran is one of their best shooters, so that's a rare miss from him at the line.
Moran, the junior, here on his second attempt. He gets it. So he makes it an 8-point game, 35-27. Fairlawn in front. So let's see if Wayne Hills can answer before half.
And this time Wayne Hills sees the press, and they don't turn it over.
Yeah, much more under control here with Adamo now. Swinging to the near win for Macarenas. Another near turnover. Parks saves it from a backcourt violation to Lewis. But he can't get it to Macarenas. It's stolen. Here comes Fairlawn. They've got it. 5 seconds to go. Underneath the Sanjevski. An easy lay-in. And Park can't even get the pass in before half. And for the second straight game, guys, the opponent kind of steals the last minute and a half or so from Wayne Hills, and they go up by 10, 37-27 at half. Cutters in front.
It was a close game all half, and the score certainly does not show how Wayne Hills played in that first half. And, I mean, that was devastating. You cannot end a half like that, and the team looks demoralized going into the locker room. They played a great first half against a team that's supposed to win this game, and they just kind of let up at the end, and it's not the way they would have wanted to end this first half.
Like I said, first half, teams were throwing jabs at each other, going back and forth with at least 5 lead changes between both teams in both quarters. And the defense kind of fell apart in the second quarter, and Fairlawn was just passing the ball very well, and they got some nice plays on transition. Not like you said, Jack, they didn't want this team to go down by double digits, but here we are. But there's still time, so we'll see what this Patriots do in the second half.
Well, Wayne Hills with a strong start, guys, but Fairlawn ends the half stronger as they lead by 10, 37-27 at the half. We'll be back for the second half action from Fairlawn High School.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hills student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
Welcome back to Fairlawn High School here in Fairlawn, New Jersey, with Jack Woodard and Isaiah Ahumada. I'm Aaron Hook. We're getting set for the second half action, just about 30 seconds away. And guys, Wayne Hills, we talked about it pregame and right as the game started. Important for them to get off to a good start shooting-wise and just offensively in general, and they did that. They came out shooting the ball pretty well from deep. Macarena's brothers making a big impact from back there. Carter Lewis had a couple, and Fairlawn and the Patriots kind of looked evenly matched. But then the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, Carter's kind of ran away with this one. They're up now double digits at the end of a half.
I would say Wayne Hills played a great 14 minutes, but they couldn't hold on for those last 2 minutes of the first half, and they find themselves behind double digits, the largest lead of the game for Fairlawn, and let's hope they haven't dug themselves in such a deep hole that they can't come back from it.
In order to stop the bleeding, they're going to have to stop the turnovers and start, passing better and finding guys wide open and start getting in the paint. They shot a lot of threes and they missed a lot.
We haven't seen anything in the paint.
Yeah, well, when the threes aren't falling and just when you're in a slump offensively as a whole, that's a good strategy just to kind of get your way, some easy buckets down low, or even if you can't convert, try and draw a foul, get to the free throw line. So we'll see what approach Wayne Hills comes out with here. Coach Starcich told his guys in the locker room he wasn't happy with that effort. Like you said, Jack, 14 out of the 16 minutes in the first half, they played, pretty good basketball, but then the last 2 or so minutes, they kind of fell apart. Here is a miss right at the rim, and Sanjurski is going to get fouled to go back to the line.
Second chance there for Sanjevski, and that's one guy you certainly cannot give a second chance to.
Yep, so already not a great start for Wayne Hills. Like you mentioned, Sanjevski on the second attempt didn't foul to go to the line. 2 shots. Or excuse me, it'll be a 1-and-1. Or no, it will be 2 shots. Sanjevski knocked it down the first. Fairlawn goes up by 11. Or Sanjevski has been the force on offense for the Cutters. He knocks down both at the line and gives Fairlawn a 12-point advantage, 39-27 as Macarenas controls for the Patriots. Here's Wood out of the corner, a guy that Wayne Hills would like to get involved more here in the second half. Gets it to Adamo. Look at this Fairlawn defense suffocating now as Wood gets a look for 3. It's too short, but Park able to corral the rebound for Wayne Hills, and they'll get a second attempt.
And Wood needs to get involved more. He didn't really do much in that first half.
Well, he was thrown out in the second half.
Macarenas trying to work against Reyes on the baseline. Now here's Macarenas spinning out. Park left open in the corner for 3. No good. And a rebound by Sanjevski. And Wayne Hills has gone cold from deep.
And Park is one guy, except for that Passaic Valley game, he's really struggled from 3. And it's surprising because we know that he's a good 3-point shooter. Maybe he's just nervous or pressing too hard, but Phil Park has not shot well from 3 this year.
Well, so he just looking for Burek in transition. Burek couldn't handle the pass. So Wayne Hills gets it back. Chester Macarenas quickly subbing out. And Carter Lewis into the game for Wayne Hills. Coach Starchic's not happy with Chester about something, so a quick exit for him as they get it to Wood in the corner now. Here's a 3. No good, and Sanjevski taps it, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch on the Patriots, apparently. Reyes will inbound, and here come the Cutters up 12.
And more good looks from Wayne Hills, just nothing falling. And You got to hit him.
Yeah, well, that was the story of last game, Jack, and down double digits in the second half, not the time, for you to start missing your open looks. So Wayne Hills has got to figure it out quickly on the offensive end. Here's Burek in the corner against Macarenas. Down low to a turning Sohitis. It was knocked away. Adamo tries to save it, but to no avail. It'll stay with Fairlawn, and they will have it underneath.
Obviously, if they're not hitting, they're going to fall behind. Like if they get in the paint, get some easy points to keep up.
Sohitis inbounds. Quickly to Burek underneath, but a violation again against Wayne Hills. And again, they will inbound. Inbound Reyes up top. Sanjevski slips away. Here's a three. It's too short. Adamo has the rebound. Here comes Macarenas. Wayne Hills trying to work out of.
He has Wood in the. Oh, he had Wood in the.
Yeah, transition. He did have Wood open in the corner. Macarenas no pass, and now he loses it. The frustration started to set in for Wayne Hills as down the other way comes Naples. He lays it in, and Fairlawn goes up by 14. And you can just see the body language on this Wayne Hills team is not very good right now.
And they really need that timeout. A slow start to the second half for Wayne Hills. And Fairlawn's speed is really taking control of this game. They have a lot of fast break points, and they're just a lot faster than this Wayne Hills team right now.
Looks like Hills losing their confidence a bit. You saw Burt wide open, and McGarren didn't want to pass it to him. Maybe he wasn't comfortable with Brett's shot since he missed the last two.
I mean, everyone's missing too. It's not just one person.
Well, again, coming out of the locker room, Coach Starsic obviously hoping for a better start from his squad, but they've surrendered 4 quick and, quite frankly, easy points. Sanjevski getting a trip to the line off the offensive rebound, and then in transition there, Naples was uncovered. So Wayne Hills got to figure it out offensively, got to figure it out defensively. Not an easy thing to do on the road and down by 14.
And I'm catching a little bit of what Coach Karches was saying in the huddle there. He was just saying we got to get into our plays more on offense, and he was very calm, didn't raise his voice once. That was probably the calmest we've seen him all year. And I'm sure he gave it to his guys at halftime with the way he looked at the end of that first half. But in this third quarter, he knows things could get bad here, so he's maybe trying to keep his guys calm and settle them down.
Well, Wayne Hills also is going to need a guy, on the floor in this unit to kind of step up and be a vocal leader. Brett Wood's been the guy who's done that multiple times. He tries a three from the corner. Oh. It's in and out, and Wood really wanted that one. Wayne Hills goes back on defense now. Here comes the Cutters. Reyes. Get to the corner for Sohitis against Wood, and up top, Sanjevski. A deep three. It's too strong.
Oh, he pushed him.
Yeah, and a push off on the rebound. You saw that coming from a mile away.
That was very unnecessary. Didn't need to do that there.
And that last three from Wood that went in and out and swirled around the rim, when you see that as a team that's struggling from threes, that late call, but when you see that kind of shot as a team that's struggling from three, it's just like, what more can we possibly do to get threes in the net? Maybe it's just not our night.
Well, another foul on Carter Lewis, this time on the shot by Burek, and he will go to the line trying to make it 16. The senior Burek has had a good night for himself as well. And his first is way short. Didn't graze the rim, and he'll have an attempt on his second to make it a 15-point game. So here is Burek on his second, and a couple bounces. It will roll in. So Fairlawn goes up 42-27, 5:24 to play in the third. Macarenas now, and Coach Starsic, you can see the frustration. Wayne Hill's just not, getting into their sets. They're not getting good looks out of their sets. Park, a contested three from the corner, no good. Wayne Hill's forcing it now. Here comes Fairlawn. Burek underneath. Naples back out to Sanjevski. Behind the back, nearly loses it against Wood.
Nice move.
Slips free with the right hand. He lays it in. It's all Fairlawn right now. They go up 17.
Since the first half, it's been a 16-2 run for Fairlawn.
Guys, Hills hasn't even scored.
Trying to make something happen. Here's Wood. Foul before the shot. Park was bumped out of bounds, and Wayne Hills will inbound with 4:49.
That's right, Isaiah. Wayne Hills has not even scored yet. Over 3 minutes gone in this quarter. And as well as they played in that first half, we were impressed with the offense because it was a lot different than the two previous games we saw where they really struggled. I mean, 27 points doesn't show how well they were playing in the first half.
Naples and Sanjevski sit for the Cutters. Moran and Reyes in. So here's Park now against Moran in the corner. looking for something out of the pick and pop with Lewis. Here's Adamo from the corner on a
There we go.
three.
They need that one.
It rattles home for James Adamo,
Good timeout.
and it's cut to 14. Like you said, good timeout there from Coach Starsic after the three by Adamo. 44-30, Fairlawn in front, 4:36 to go in the third.
Well, I mean, let's hope Wayne Hills gets hot here, but this is a pretty deep hole that they've dug themselves in, and they got to call their way back into it. Just like against Valley, they found themselves down big in the second half, and they weren't quite able to come back from that one, but let's see if they put up a fight.
I mean, there's still time left, and they just need to hit their shots. You saw Adamo take it there because most of the teams were missing shots, so they got to trust in their shot, and hopefully it goes in and they can come back before the fourth quarter.
I would say going into the fourth quarter,
Well,
they should probably
yeah.
get this one
At
to
least
single digits.
Yeah, at least single digits.
Well, Wayne Hills is going to run out Lewis, Wood, Park, Macarenas, and Adamo. Like you said, guys, if they can just make it manageable under 10, it'll make it a lot easier for them going into the fourth.
No.
As Fairlawn trying to break the press, Moran to Sanjesti so he just
That might have been a good foul from Brett Wood.
to Reyes, and now underneath the Burek, and Wood hits Burek, who, like you said, Jack, had a good look.
Guys, who would have thought in the first half with about 2 minutes to go, Wayne Hills only down 3, we're like, oh, maybe they can get the lead by halftime. Who would have thought that going into the fourth quarter, we would be saying, oh, let's hope this one gets to single digits. I mean, just a complete turnaround from what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, Fairlawn, again, it's kind of been all cutters since the 2-minute mark in the first half. Nearly a turnover there for the Patriots, but couldn't get it, so Burek will inbound again for the cutters underneath. Off the curl, they get it to Reyes up top, to his brother. Now working in the lane, no good against Wood. And here comes Adamo for the Patriots, trying to work the transition. He lost it. So he just now Wood tips it away. He dives on the floor,
Good
trying to get
effort.
the loose ball. No avail. Here's a three. It's short from Sohitis. Macarenas has the rebound now for Wayne Hills.
Hills got to slow this one down. It's getting a little sloppy.
And like you said, Adamo does just that. He slows down the offense, and Wayne Hills will set something up, down 14. Driving with the right, Macarenas. And he throws it away again. Another turnover for Wayne Hills. Burek the other way. Tough finish. He couldn't get it to go. Wood with the rebound.
Well,
Trying
along
to-
with the sloppiness, this one's certainly gotten a lot more physical, and the refs finally call a foul.
Yeah, they get it on Burek. And Isaiah, you mentioned it, the turnovers, something that Wayne Hills has to cut down on. They haven't really done the best job of doing that. And they get lucky that Fairlawn wasn't able to convert off the turnover. So Macarenas walks it up with 3:40 to play in the third. Patriots still trailing by 14 here on the road. Sanjevski back in for the Cutters. Adamo going hard to the rim off glass. He is fouled, and let's see if they did it on the shot. Looks like they did, and he'll go to the line.
The Passaic Valley game, Wayne Hills was down by as many as 14 in that third quarter, but I mean, that one was just the perfect storm of everything going right in the fourth quarter for Wayne Hills, and that'll be tough to replicate, but they've got to do as much as they can here.
Adamo's first is strong. It takes a bounce and off to the right, so let's see if he can get the second.
And as you said earlier, going back to your point, Wayne Hills has not been the best free throw shooting team this year.
Guys, Adamo is the only player on this team to score in the second half.
And 2 missed free throws. It could be a 12-point game, and
Yeah,
you just
Adamo
can't have that.
missing both, like you said, Jack. So it remains a 14-point game. Here's Moran. He gets a good look from the corner. It's way too strong, but the offensive rebound by Reyes. Sanjevski, pump fake, going to the rim. Too easy. He got parked in the air and finished. Or Sanjevski continues to dominate on the offensive end, and Fairlawn goes up by 16, 46-30.
Those are those pump fakes that Hills keeps feeding into, like you said, guys, in the last game. Valley did many times did pump fakes, and the Hills will eat it up.
Well, Orson Jeffsky has kind of been the guy who's wreaked havoc against the Patriots tonight. And, if they can find a way to slow him down, maybe they've got a shot to kind of, string a run together here in the final 3:13 of the third, but doesn't look very good for Wayne Hills right now.
Well, it seems like in every Wayne Hills loss that we've announced so far, they just have one period where the offense just goes ice cold, minutes at a time, like around 4 or 5 minutes. And we've seen it here, only 3 points in 5 minutes. Just, you can't win games like that. And eventually they're going to have to put together complete games if they hope to go far in the playoffs.
Well, to lose 4 out of 5 starters, all guys who contributed in big ways on the offensive end, still early on in the year, Jack, and I'm sure, as we've said, they're going to continue to gel. They're going to continue to fight. And these losses are going to teach them something. And by the end of the year, I'm sure we will see some complete games from these Patriots.
Another very calm huddle from Coach Karsic, and he knows that this is a young team, and that's the best way to get to a young team. You can't be yelling and screaming because then they'll just get dejected. And a bunch of sophomores in this lineup, you got to talk calm to them and make them settle in and calm down.
Aaron, like you said, injuries have worked on Hills, but John Paterso's back, which has been very limited.
Here's Adamo underneath the Park. He finishes plus the foul. That's something that Wayne Hills needs big time. Park gets hit, and he finishes, and he will go to the line, try and make it a three-point play.
A three-point play would be great here, but we've known the struggles from Wayne Hills at the line, so this one would be much needed, and it would be good if this one goes in finally.
Mansour out, Brett Wood back in. Here's Park at the free throw line. His shot is up and
There
good.
we go.
So Park with the N1, he converts, and it's back to 13, 46-33. Fairlawn.
Oh, they almost had him.
Wayne Hills trying to force a turnover, but they'll get a foul as Reyes was tripped up.
I think the Wayne Hills should keep up that press because that one looked pretty good. They had him trapped in the corner. It might have been a clean steal, but the refs called it.
Well, Burek and Naples come in. Reyes sits for Fairlawn, as well as Moran. So he just inbounds to Burek. Naples, long pass up ahead. They've got numbers. Sanjeski couldn't finish on the lob. His second attempt doesn't go either. Wayne Hills gets another break, and now a clear foul on the rebound as Cutter's hanging around there. It's on the basket, and another foul called against them.
I want to point out, on that last play, that was a great hustle from Carter Lewis. He didn't block the shot. He didn't get the rebound, but he made Sanjevski hear his footsteps, and that certainly affects your shot.
Well, that's the energy Wayne Hills is going to need on the defensive end to kind of slow down Sanjevski, who's done it all for the Cutters tonight. Here is Adamo, who falls down. No foul call against Reyes. It'll stay with Wayne Hills, but Adamo a little bit out of control there, nearly a turnover.
I thought it might have been a block, but the ref's not kind to Wayne Hills there. And now looks like they're going to try to calm down both teams.
So Wayne Hills inbounds on the near side, right next to the scorer's table. It'll be Park. Out of the bunch set, they get it to Lewis, who breaks free, now working against Burek. Bending down low, throws it up with the right hand, no good. Park running at the offensive rebound, he couldn't. Here's Sanjevski now.
And Lewis hustling back on defense again. He pushed off. I don't know how the refs didn't see that one. Sanjevski clearly pushed off of Lewis.
Well, Sanjevski's second attempt goes that time off another high lob pass from Reyes. And it's back to 15, 48-33. Cutters in front. Macarenas against Sanjevski along the baseline. Trying to get something to go. Nice pass inside to Lewis. Crowd wants it up and down. No call. His shot was blocked. Lewis gets it right back and finishes.
Not a pretty basket, but it'll count as 2 points for Wayne Hills.
Here's Sohijis now. Burek spinning, and he walked. So Wayne Hills will inbound. Here's Macarenas to Park. Adamo, who worked up the far side against Reyes. 1:35 to go. And they're going to call against Wayne Hills, and not pretty there as it'll go back to Fairlawn. So he just will inbound. So here is Reyes now for Fairlawn. The senior walks it up with 1.5 minutes. Burek at the top of the cheat, checked by Mansoroglu, harassing defense. Burek slips away underneath to Naples. Another easy look for Fairlawn. And they get 2 more. They're up 15, 50-35. Adamo at the top, calling out a set. Wood in the corner, looking for Park underneath. They get it to Mansoroglu. From just beyond the free throw line, no good. Park an offensive rebound. His scoop layup is good.
Well, it might not be single digits by the fourth quarter, but Wayne Hills is hanging in this one.
Well, under a minute to go now, 50 seconds. Burek quickly down the other way with the left hand. And Wayne Hills, whenever they score, it seems like Fairlawn goes quickly in transition and just erases it. As now Mansoroglu working against Burek. Macarenas against Sanjevski. Sanjevski steals it going up against, or along the baseline, but he stepped out of bounds. 36.8 to go. Fairlawn in front by 15.
So Hills will try to get a shot in, and then Fairlawn will keep hold of the ball unless Hills runs out the clock.
Macarenas now to Wood off the inbound. Working up top against Ohitish. 30 seconds to go. Park. Up top, Macarenas. Park. This is a big one, and he knocks it down. Philip Park from the wing hits a three. It's a 12-point game. 52-40, Fairlawn in front. Final 15 seconds of the third here with Reyes controlling against Adamo. Wayne Hills in need of a big stop. Reyes going hard to the bucket with the right hand. He finishes. 5 seconds to go for Wayne Hills. They've got to push. They get it up to Mansorodlu.
Shoot it. Got to shoot.
Yeah, they got to put something up. Wood.
He got fouled.
It would have been a crazy attempt by Wood. Shot was blocked, and Wayne Hills needed a stop there at the end of the third. Couldn't get it, and Fairlawn up 14, 54-40 as we go into the fourth.
I mean, this isn't the single-digit lead that we wanted, but
it's not too out of hand.
Yeah, it's not too out of hand. Just if they can stop Fairlawn's offense and make their shots, we can see a close game again.
Well, final 8 minutes to go here for Wayne Hills, and guys, in these final 8, I know we've talked about a lot of things they have to do right, but if there's one thing you can key in on for them, what do you think it's got to be for them to try and make a comeback here in the final 8 minutes?
Defense. Wayne Hills has to step it up with defense. And on offense, they're finding open guys. The threes need to go down, and all you can do is just keep shooting and hope they go in. But if the defense steps up, it all starts with that. Your defense can click, you can get back on offense and transition and knock down some threes, hopefully. But that's all you can hope for. Just find an open look and shoot it.
I definitely agree with what you said, Jack. But they also need to slow it down a bit. They're speeding. They're getting to the other side of the court very fast and throwing up shots sometimes. If they just get inside the paint like they had before, they can be very successful and find those wide open threes and knock them down, and they can get back into this game.
Well, it's Burek, the Reyes brothers, Sohitis and Sanjevsky for Fairlawn to start the fourth. Mansorodlu, Macarenas, Adamo, Park, and Wood for the Patriots. So Fairlawn comes into the fourth up by 14, 54-40, 7:54 to play. Here is Sohitis on a handoff to Burek. Splits the defense, but good job.
Brett's hurt.
Adamo the other way with the left hand.
I don't know what happened to Brett, but he's like coughing and choking. I think he got hit in the throat.
Well, good defense by the Patriots there, but like you said, Wood took a little bit of a hit.
To his Adam's apple, probably. And he's clearly shaken up here. Brett Wood's struggling to breathe. That was an awkward play and an awkward hit that Brett Wood took there.
Well, he's right back in action. One thing we know about Brett Wood, he never wants to come out of a game, so he stays in there for the Patriots despite the hit he took. And now trying to force a turnover in the corner. It'll be a jump ball, and Wayne Hills basketball. Coach Starchich loves it. And the Patriots coming out with some energy here to start the fourth.
And like you said, Jack, they need to step up on defense, and that's exactly what they're doing, and that's why they got the ball.
And a great job on the press. They need to keep this up.
Park to inbound now underneath. Looking up top for someone. Nearly a 5-second violation. Crowd wanted it. No call. Adamo now working at the top on the win to Wood. Checked by Sohitis. Here's Park. Out of the corner. Gets a good look, and he knocks it down. It's a single-digit game, a 9-point lead, and Wood, he stole it and nearly had the save. Upset with himself, but nice play by Wood nonetheless. Wayne Hills has cut this one to single digits, guys. 54-45, 9-point lead for Fairlawn.
And that's the goal we've been saying throughout this whole game. Now let's hope they can get it down to 5 and keep chipping away. And Fairlawn needs to know Phil Park is a dangerous man in the fourth quarter.
Had 16 in the fourth against Passaic Valley, like you said, Jack. An assassin in the fourth, especially from deep. He knocks down the three to cut it to 9 here. Fairlawn trying to answer. The three is no good from Naples. Like you said, Wayne Hills has to do a better job on the boards. These offensive ones down the stretch are going to kill him. Sanjevsky gets a good look for 3. It's no good, and Burek taps another one out to Reyes. Wayne Hills getting dominated on the boards here to start the fourth, despite the energy they've come out with. Mansorodlu checks Reyes, no call. And now Darius Ohitis controls against Brett Wood. The Wayne Hills defense playing uptight and physical. And again another forced turnover, so he just falls down, a foul against Wood.
Well, Wood's been playing really close defense, almost got a steal on the sideline, and now harassing the defenders there.
And they will get it against Macarenas, my apologies. So Darius Ohitic will go to the line. It'll be a 1-1 with 6:37 to go.
And looks like there's, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe some confusion about who that foul was on. Coach Karch is going to use this as an opportunity to get the timeout, and Sonjevsky's listening to the huddle. I don't know if the Wayne Hills players see him there.
Well, I think they do. They're not doing anything about it. Sonjevsky
He's just standing there.
hanging out by the huddle, and the ref finally tells him to go back to his side. And, Sonjevsky's been a guy who's tortured the Wayne Hills, Wayne Hills on offense here tonight, guys. We've seen his full arsenal, getting to the rim, knocking down triples, a big kid who can do it all. But, he's also been in the Patriots' head mentally. You've seen him talking trash all game, and, he's been the guy for Fairlawn, both mentally and on the court with his shooting.
We haven't mentioned it, but both teams have been jawing back and forth with each other, and the refs have had to separate them a couple times. Yeah,
the intensity here in this one has been pretty good all game long. So his first is good. Fairlawn backed up by 10, 55-45. Here is the second from Darius Ohitic, and in and out, and Lewis had the rebound, and again, Fairlawn gets an offensive board. Lewis had that one, it was smacked away, and just frustrating if you're the Patriots.
And they've struggled on the offensive boards, preventing offensive rebounds all season.
Burek handoff, so he'll set up near the midcourt line against Lewis. Crossover, right to left, spin into the lane, tough shot, he gets it to go.
Well-deserved 2 points from Sohigic.
Sohigic has been playing a good game. And now Mansarojo can't handle the pass. And Fairlawn gets it right back up 12. Darius Sohigic has quietly, been a great second option this game for Fairlawn. He scored over double digits as well, as he will inbound underneath his basket. Fairlawn trying to break the press. Reyes tried to get it to Naples. Adamo nearly stole the pass, but Fairlawn recovers. Up 12, under 6 to go. This is crunch time for Wayne Hills. You got to start forcing some turnovers. Reyes crossover with the left. He gets it to go.
And just as Wayne Hills clawed their way back into it, they now find themselves in the danger zone again, and this one could get ugly.
The interior defense crumbling for Wayne Hills. 2 easy looks for Fairlawn in the paint, and they've got their lead back up to 14 now. Wood to the middle for Mansarojo. Now
threes.
The corner, Adamo. Adamo works up top to Park. Park wants to get this offense going. He's been the catalyst in the fourth.
Someone's gotta shoot a
Crossover.
three.
Driving, tough shot with the right hand, no good. Adamo the offensive rebound. His doesn't go. Macarenas gets it, and he is going to be fouled on his attempt, and he'll go to the line.
The refs are really letting him play. We've seen a couple fouls that we thought should have been called but haven't been called. Just a physical game all around.
5:18 to go. A stoppage in time here as Macarenas goes to the line for 2 shots. His first is short, and the free throw shooting continues to be a struggle for the Patriots.
I think they really need to work on this. This could be like a 9 or 8 point game if they knock down all their free throws, and we've seen it in other games too.
Macarenas' second is up and good. 59-46, Fairlawn in front by 13, 5:18 to go. Here's Reyes. So he dished Naples, and Fairlawn.
Good foul.
Burek
No
is
other
fouled.
choice.
It's too easy. They're breaking this press with ease, and they're running in transition. Wayne Hills can't really do anything to stop him as Burek goes back to the line now.
Wayne Hills showing the troubles in the last couple of plays, getting out rebounded by Fairlawn, giving them second chances, turnovers, and of course not being able to compete with Fairlawn's transition.
Here is Burek at the line for a 1-and-1. His first is good. Here is Burek on his second now, trying to make this a 15-point advantage for the Cutters. 5:11 to go. And it is no good. Rebound Mansarojo. And you can hear Sonjevsky slapping Mansarojo on the wrist here. You can hear it from up here.
It's been a one-sided game from the refs.
It's Wayne Hills has gotten calls at times, but to be honest with you, there's just been a lot of no calls.
Like the push-off, too.
In Fairlawn's favor.
Good luck.
Underneath, nice pass, like you said, to Mansarojo, who finishes on the reverse. He cuts it to a 12-point game, 60-48.
This isn't
Fairlawn
over
in
yet.
front.
Oh, no.
But again, Fairlawn doing a great job of Denton dies open, breaking that Wayne Hills press, so he just goes up and is fouled. We'll go back to the line, and Fairlawn killing Wayne Hills now as they're just getting trips to the line, and they're making the most of them.
Well, at least we saw that one actually was a clear foul.
So Darius Sohitish at the line, 4-2. His first is up and good. And, it would be one thing if Fairlawn was missing their free throws with all the attempts they're getting, but they're knocking them down.
And guys, I wonder what kind of game Fairlawn's going to play down the stretch here. We saw Wayne Valley with 3.5 minutes left try to run the clock as much as possible. And with no shot clock, that's what you got to do. But with 3.5 minutes left, we thought it was a pretty brave call from Valley. Let's see if Fairlawn does something like that.
So he just goes 2 of 2. Part tough reverse doesn't fall. Sanjevsky with the rebound. Fairlawn running again. Reyes skipping through the lane and finishing with the left hand. It's a 16-point lead now for Fairlawn. 64-48, as we approach the halfway mark in the final quarter of play.
And this one could get out of hand unless Wayne Hills gets some buckets. That certainly does not help, and this one might just be over.
Macarenas' 3 falls short. Burett wide open underneath with the left.
That should do it.
Timeout, Wayne Hills. Fairlawn, it sends the lead back up to 18. 66-48, 3:56 to play.
And it's never over till it's over, truly. But we even hate to admit when it's over. But this one, an 18-point game with close to 4 minutes left, you can just run the clock as much as possible if you're Fairlawn. That's such a hard deficit to come back from in high school basketball.
I agree, Jack. This is the largest deficit of the night for the Patriots, and it looks like they're getting tired. You saw in that transition play by Fairlawn, no one's back there except for James Adamo.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, 3:56 to go, guys. I mean, not a lot you can do if you're the Patriots. Down 18 with Fairlawn rolling. I mean, it's been another tough one. I mean, against a good opponent, but again, they've kind of looked a little bit flat at times.
I think that I don't know what the problem is, but we've seen the same problems all year. They've been dominated on the offensive boards. They have open threes, can't knock them down in clutch moments. But I think those are the main 2 problems from the team. The passing has been fine. Otherwise, the defense has been fine if you don't include the rebounds they're giving up.
I mean, you can't forget about the free throw.
Oh, absolutely. I forgot about that one, Isaiah.
Well, Fairlawn, like you said, guys, has been dominating in departments where, you can't afford to get dominated. And on the offensive glass, like you mentioned, and, certainly in the free throw department, and they've been hitting them as well.
Press here from Fairlawn.
A little bit of a laid-back press. Part skips across half court against Sanjevsky. Wayne Hills looking for one last hurrah here. Here's Wood off a screen. Might have gotten hit on the hand, no call. Here comes Reyes all the way, no good. Another offensive rebound underneath, this time by Naples. Sanjevsky, floater in the lane. He got bumped and he'll go to the line. Trying to make this
very late call.
Trying to make this a 20-point advantage for Fairlawn.
Guys,
Wood,
2 minutes ago we said, let's hope Wayne Hills can play and call their way back into this, play for the victory. Now we're just saying they got to play for pride here. You can't lose by 20-plus points in this game.
Well, that's the second time where, Wayne Hills has, been within a few possessions of, making it a competitive game again as Sanjevsky hits the first, and then Fairlawn just runs away with it.
It's going to be a very disappointing and tough loss in league play, but Wayne Hills has a somewhat friendly schedule coming up against the likes of West Milford, Bergen Tech, and the Passaic Valley team that they beat already. So I think if Wayne Hills gets to 500 by the end of this month or early February, they should be in good position heading into counties.
Nice feet underneath. Here's Tinturso. He spins it up and in off the glass. And Tinturso cuts it back to 18, 68-50. Wayne Hills trails now. Burett controlling with the right hand, and here it is, Jack. Point of the game where Fairlawn is going to run their set around the perimeter. They're just going to work it up top and try and burn as much clock as they possibly can.
Well, this is a weird offense they're running with everyone standing around the free throw line. It's maybe smart. Let's see how it turns out. And clearly it does work with that move.
All the way goes Burett, and
that right there, that basket, the most points Wayne Hills has allowed all season so far.
Sanjevsky steals it, tried to get it underneath. Part steals it right back. Going all the way, tip to the corner. What a triple, it's good. Out of the near corner, Wood knocks it down, makes it an 18-point game once again. 71-53, Wayne Hills.
The most points.
Wayne Hills trails, Fairlawn on top.
The most points Wayne Hills has allowed all season, just not a good effort on the defensive end. And they keep adding more to the Fairlawn scoreboard. I think they're only at 70.
Confusion.
There we go, it's 70. They had 71, then they put it to 72.
So confusion there, but it is 70-53. Fairlawn leads by 17, 2:38 to go. And that offense they were running on the other end, Jack Fairlawn, it's basically one guy works at the top with the ball and then near guy pops out. It's an offense that's, it's going to work. I mean, up by 17, all you really got to do is not turn the ball over here, and Fairlawn can kind of just dribble this one out.
I mean, this is kind of close to the Valley game. Valley was to a good start. Then Hills came back, so they're kind of going back and forth. But then, of course, in the third and fourth, they let Valley go away and take the lead, just like they let Fairlawn take the lead.
Well, we were so impressed with Wayne Hill's offense in that first half, but if you think about it, 53 points, it's not really that much. So, I mean, it just shows you how bad the offense has been in recent games that we saw that was a very good improvement. And if they can slowly build on each game, I think they're in great shape.
I mean, piggyback on what you said earlier, Jack, this team is not a three-point team, and they like to shoot threes a lot, and they don't get into the paint as much as they should.
And you hate to see Wayne Hills finally steps up a little more on the offensive end, and the defense just completely falls apart.
Björk gets over half court. Going at Tinturso aggressively. He flips it up and in with the right hand. John Björk has been a guy.
They haven't stopped him all game.
Yeah, he's done whatever he wants at the rim, Jack. Like you said, Wood nearly falls. Jab stepping against Reyes. Park working up top. Floater on the baseline, no good. Tinturso couldn't handle the offensive rebound. Mansouroglu does. His lay-in is no good, and Reyes comes out of the scrum underneath with the rebound.
I'm not entirely sure why Tinturso hasn't been in this whole game. He could have certainly helped their cause on defensive rebounds.
Julian Reyes had a good look from the corner from three. Didn't take it, and this is where Fairlawn is just going to burn as much time as they possibly can. As Sanjevski works against Mansouroglu. He strips it away. Mansouroglu, that might have been a push-off against Sanjevski. No call. They did a clean block. Sanjevski knocks the shot away from Mansouroglu, but Wayne Hills will have it underneath. 1:47 to go.
And Babatunde Amosu checks in. And we haven't seen much of him all game, but when he's been in, he's certainly been a presence underneath.
Well, Sanjevski checks out. That'll probably be the end of his night. The senior continues to just show his offensive firepower. Here's Mansouroglu on a triple. It's too strong. Rebound by Reyes. Julian Reyes crosses over, breaks the press, and looking for his brother, couldn't get it to him. Now to the corner for Babatunde, up top to Reyes, and Fairlawn pulls it out once again.
I wouldn't be surprised if they hold this for the rest of the game, or unless they get an open look like that.
Underneath, Reyes finishes, tough look. Underneath, and he gets it to go. So a 21-point lead now for Fairlawn, largest of the night. Part shot in the lane, no good. Babatunde Amusu with the rebound.
And that shot from Park really sums up the whole night. Just in and out. Another frustrating loss from Wayne Hills, and you just hate to see this. They put together a nice little 3-game win streak. Now 2 straight losses. It can't be good for their confidence.
Well, like you said, Jad, Wayne Hills looks like they're going to lose their second straight after an 0-4 start, which was followed by a 3-game win streak. They'll fall to 3-6, 3-4 in Bid North play. Fairlawn, on the other hand, they're going to move to 8-2, 5-2 in league play. Another season where they've kind of dominated in the lead. Amusu's shot no good. Fight for the rebound. Tinturso strips it away, but it'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with the Cutters.
And this one is probably the worst loss we've seen from Wayne Hills all year. Just a disappointing night.
Fairlawn will inbound along the baseline. They get it to Moran. His shot no good. And Wood with the rebound for the Patriots. 40 seconds to play in this one. Mansouroglu stop and pop, triple in transition, way too strong off the side of the backboard. Park grabs it, gets it up top to Adamo. Here's Wood now on a 3, knocks it down. 3 more for Brett Wood. It's 74-56 Fairlawn. Reyes snippers across the half-court line, and that will, I'm sure, do it as Reyes now flips up another shot.
No need for that shot.
Amusa with the rebound. Yeah, I'm not sure why Reyes is still shooting.
There, they deserve that. Good block from John. Well played.
Second attempt, no good. Tinturso with the rebound, and the clock will hit 0. So the Cutters of Fairlawn move to 8-2, 5-2 in Bid North play. Wayne Hills once again falling to 3-6, their second straight loss. Fairlawn takes this one at home, 74-56 over the Patriots.
Just a very disappointing game to watch from a Wayne Hills standpoint. Just wasn't the effort that we wanted to see tonight. The defense kind of collapsed. The offense looked better, but they still have a lot more to put together. And it's tough, but now they got a favorable schedule, so we'll see how this plays out down the stretch.
I mean, we've seen the problems, the free throws, the turnovers, the missed shots from three. But once again, this is a young team, and they missed most of the starters, and these new guys are still trying to figure out what this team can do and what they're really good at. And they haven't tried going into the paint as they should with two big bodies, and they shoot a lot of threes. And I think the biggest problem for this Hills team is that they're a little inconsistent. There's times where they go on huge runs, and after that they start missing shots, and they kind of lose who they are. And that's a problem that they need to fix soon.
Well, once again, the final here from Fair Lawn High School in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, 74-56. The Cutters of Fair Lawn take it over the Patriots. For Jack Woodard and Isaiah Ahumada, I've been Aaron Hood. Billy Busacca behind the camera. We will see you next Tuesday at Bergen Tech.